allow the children
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Aha. Now him una don hear all these bad politicians them we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want make the common man get wetin him suppose get for this country. Una never hear something. Now go hear one. Maiyegun, you go show una paper. Maiyegun diary political. So my people make you shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we loud, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh,
yo. Hello, the brethren. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and a good evening to you from wherever you are tuning in and joining us tonight. It is Maiyegun live. And thank you very much for joining me. So after reading the caption of the broadcast, please remember to read the description of the broadcast as well. Then like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your also friendly friends, and tell them to join us. Also remember, right, that the line is very much open, okay, which means you can phone in just anytime during the program, and we can have a chat too. So yesterday, we saw the delegation sent by Tifnumbu to the people of Ogbomosho, the people of your state, to reassure them that the school children taken by these terrorists will be returned safe and sound, alive. How they're going to do that remains to be known or to be disclosed. However, the tension around this subject matter is very much increasing as well, like rising. I have always believed that all this madness going on in Nigeria, the moment the madness going on in Nigeria, that the criminal politicians in Nigeria have decided to kind of like normalize, where people seem to have gotten so used to it, because they are happening in the areas where historically they've always had the media blackout. If not for social media, we would never have known a lot of things going on in the northern part of Nigeria the way we currently do, right? For social media. So now the people of Yoruba land, to some extent, right, have been almost like indifferent, in the sense that the real expression of that terror, the real feel of that terror, they were never really allowed to somehow like digest it. In a way, they just felt like it was just some Boko Haram, Fulani terrorists, or the kidnappers and all that. But I have kind of like, I personally believed, right, that the moment it gets to Yoruba land, and the criminal politicians who have normalized this madness, right, would then see the real, the real out of control problem, because Yorubas are not going to really keep quiet in that sense. And the moment it becomes a thing, this is the first one, to be precise, like in the heartland of Yoruba land, where school children have been taken. Mind you, for years now, Yorubas have been kidnapped while they are traveling on their farms. Many of them have been killed, as well as kidnapped and paid ransoms, okay, in Yoruba land. But it was never something that hits home the way it should. Majority of our people seemed to just feel like, you know what, I won't just travel. Now, with this current one that happened in Oyo State, and as much as the criminal governments in Nigeria have probably done their best to play it down, cover it up enough, they seem to have lost that control so far. And this is just the first one, like I said, where school children are involved. So this message is spreading so fast enough that people are actually becoming agitated now. But let's talk about what happened in Oyo State today. So yesterday, the NUT, Nigerian Union of Teachers, I think they are called, NUT, issued a circular, which is the NUT, Oyo State wing, issued a circular that they were going to have to down tools, because their colleagues who are among the kidnapped victims who are still very much detained, right? And then the children, so they felt like it doesn't really make any sense when they have no idea where and who is going to be next. So it doesn't make any sense for them to continue to work. So they issued a statement yesterday, okay, which somehow corroborated what later happened today. So Nigerian Union of Teachers, or your state wing, I said that all elected state officials and directed to all these people, the heading, right? And then esteemed their colleagues, notification of withdrawal of service by the national leadership of NUT, a call for total compliance. Now, they said this is to officially convey to all public primary and secondary school teachers in Oyo State the fresh directive of the national leadership of our union, NUT, instructing us to withdraw our services from schools commencing from tomorrow, Monday 1st, which is today, till further notice for maximum compliance. So schools are now shut. Public schools, to start with, in Oyo State are believed to have now become officially shut until these children are released and the teachers. So kindly note that the directive was given against the continued detention of our colleagues and learners by the abductors without any clear sign of their timeout rescue and safe release. A situation which had created fear and hopelessness in teachers, discouraged parents from sending their children to schools, and caused panics and tensions across all communities in the state. while this action was taken to further call on the government to intensify strategies towards bringing the abductees back safely and without any further delay, we wish to call on our teachers to remain law-abiding and stay safe in their respective homes. So this was the directive issued yesterday, and it was carried out today. So the state governor or the state government is yet to actually make any form of a statement. And I have also heard that their national body, the NUT in Nigeria, are also going to go on a nationwide kind of a shutdown. Yeah, meaning you are likely going to see schools, public schools, primary and secondary schools shut down by the teachers in the coming days as a means of solidarity with the abducted school teachers and school children in Oriire State. Mind you, they've been kidnapping school children all over Nigeria and the rest of that. But there's something about Yoruba land. Hate it, love it, it doesn't really matter. It is a place where the criminal politicians over the time have managed to control the narratives of the political space of Nigeria using the media. The reason why most of our people seemed to be a little bit kind of like down and controlled in that sense was simply because a lot of things are completely hidden away from them. And it was deliberate. There are things you can't really hide away because people are not really dumb. All right. So I have said that the moment this terrorism gets to Yoruba land, not that it's not been there. I mean, the moment they get to a stage where they activate their cells and we begin to witness mass kidnappings in Yoruba land, sure you get, two things will happen. It is either that is going to be the end of that terrorism in Nigeria. Those who have been pampering the terrorists for their political gain and the rest of that, right? That will be the time they'll begin to wrap it up. Or that will be the moment that the most dreaded kind of conversation about if Nigeria should continue to exist or not, this is going to be that moment that is going to become mainstream. You don't have to agree with me, but just watch it. Watch how the whole thing is actually going to play out. This is the first one. And there's going to be second. There's going to be third. It's going to be more. And the difference is going to be like, how come they are now acting? But these things have been happening all over Nigeria for years. You're about to find out why. It is either going to end or it's going to end Nigeria. But give it time. All right? So Tifnumbu himself is about to face the worst of the worst kind of like challenges of his power mongering and the rest of that. If the way they are going to handle these, they are terrorists and their activities that I think is about to actually kick off in Yoruba land in a grand scale, the way they handle it will determine if, one, you are going to have an election in 2027. If by then the conversation is actually not going to be about let's break up Nigeria, we are done. Or better still, it will actually be the beginning of the end of the terrorism in Nigeria. But we're about to see. Yeah. So I'm going to take you to Oriire State. Okay. Yesterday, Baja was in Ogbomosho, assuring the people that they will bring these kidnapped victims back soon. It's been over 24 hours since that promise, and we keep counting. Mind you, it's been like 15 days already since they took these children who are as young as 2 years old kids in the forest in the hands of this murderous terrorist. We're counting. So people took to the streets, including the TakeItBackers. Yeah, the Omoyele Showers group participated in that statewide protest. We saw people who protested like individual protesters, sole protesters, right? In Kwara, Ilorin, we found that those who also came out in Abeokuta in Ogun State. I also heard that those of you who are living in Opik, please, if you're actually watching this video and you live around Opik in Ogun State, there is this story online, right? That somebody claimed 6 people or 5 people were kidnapped and a ransom of 20 million naira was paid rather than for the terrorists to release these kidnapped victims, right? They killed 3 of them. Mind you, the remaining 3 or 2 finally escaped, only for people to discover that they've all been kept within the OPIC area all along. I would like somebody to tell me if that story is actually real or not, because among many other people sharing their personal experiences, it is, you know what I mean? It's kind of like at the front burner as we speak, okay? So we have people who rose all over the place, women, mothers, parents, teachers, then everyone who decided to call on the government that they either do something now before they all get consumed by the fire they started in 2014, or from 2014, probably prior. So I'm going to take you to Ibadan. Let us start with, let's start with this.
Àgbọ̀ kankan ó bá jẹ́ kọ́ mọ àwọn ìjọba wa ni tí wọ́n á máa wòran ó bá kọ́ mọ wọn ni àbí fábìlì wọn tí wọ́n á máa wòran wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ náà January wọ́n kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àwọn ọlọ́pàá wa láàrin ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì wọ́n kó wọn kúrò èyí ò dáa o kò ń ṣe àkókò àti máa campaign for election ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn ló yẹ kó jọ wọ́n lógún wọ́n gba àwọn èèyàn wálẹ̀ gbogbo kan tí ó bá ná wọn eléyìí yóò jẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ olùṣiṣẹ́ tí wọ́n gbà gẹ́gẹ́ bí adarí ìlú kò ń ṣe ká máa jó kiri ó dunni lógun ni jù lórí ìmọ̀ ọ̀gá tó fẹ́ ṣe sí àwọn kékeré wà lé àwọn ìyá àgbà wà lé they are just crying so please we are begging you.
Everybody is crying, people are complaining, and it is almost the same answer. We are working to get them back. So Kalu put out a statement on X, formerly Twitter, today, talking about sending people to Ogbomosho and putting together a special rescue team that he just can't say it publicly. A lot of other teams and groups are working to get them released and free them. This one is a banana peel for politics. Like politically, this is going to be a banana peel. It's like ongo. You know that one that you scored an ongo. Okay? Somehow, the people who are supporting Tifnumbu want to give an impression that the Yorubas are supporting Tifnumbu. Do you understand? Now that the terrorists were killing the Yorubas in Kwara State, kidnapping them and the rest of that, these same Ronukus, the Ronu Nazis, the Ronu bastards, right, said those people in Kwara, right, they were not Yoruba enough because they didn't identify with the rest of Yoruba. As if to say we all actually agreed to be partitioned the way the Fulani criminals partitioned Nigeria in what they call the creation of states. So then they moved to Oyo State. Suddenly they said, oh, no, it's the fault of Solo Makinde Ibadan. They said, oh, it's Solo Makinde's fault. He should have protected his own people, not Tifnumbu's fault. Now things are getting out of hand. Okay? So for the rest of this week, you are going to see series of protests. I promise you that one, right? You're going to see series, except if you wake up tomorrow morning or before we go to bed tonight, the news says they've been released. Then that can kind of like put a bit of a hold on it. Another thing is that they can no longer control the narratives anymore, not even in Yoruba land. They can no longer tell the Yorubas that it is some people who wanted to spoil Tifnumbu's government that are creating these problems. That is also not selling anymore. So I don't know what they're going to create to probably divert attention, because now when you turn on your radios, in Yoruba land, you will see them talking about these developments for real. And these are the things that normally they always make sure that they talk down on them, put some distraction on these TV radios for them, not in Yoruba land anymore. Now people are talking about asking questions. Have you heard about the Oyo children they took? Children on their WhatsApp all over the place. So it is either they get them released in the next 24 hours maximum, or things are really going to get out of hand. And you don't have to believe me. Trust me that there are those within the Yoruba space, right, that actually get to control some level of influence than whatever they might make you believe about Ifnumbu and his gang in Yoruba land. That's why I called it an ongo. But let's go to Ibadan and a few other places where this happened. These are long watches, okay? The protest demanding for the rescue and safe release of the children taken by terrorists in Oyo State 15 days ago. Now, this was Ibadan today.
By all means necessary, bring back our teachers. Your state must not be the best center of banditry. Your best center state must not be the best center of banditry and kidnapping. And that is why we are sending this message very strong. I do not expect anybody to go anywhere. In a serious country, serious citizens don't go anywhere. But because we are so used to suffering, we are still used to use like in serious places. Over kidnapping your car, yeah, boy, you take it out, around the your color, and your color, so nobody will go anywhere. But we are not so used to uselessness. We are so used to suffering. Bring them back. Bring them back. We are not hearing anything. We are not hearing anything. We are not hearing anything. Bring back our children. Oh no. 49 children in captivity. Past 2 weeks now. Bring back our children. Bring back our children. The NUT have shut down our school in Oyo State from today. We are live at Iwo Road now. Bro, bring back our children. Bring back our children. Bring back our children! Bring back our children! Governor Seyi Makinde, bring back our children! President Tinubu, bring back Baba Buruku. Everybody, bring back our children! We are not playing, you know. We are waiting for orders before we shut down the road now. We are not playing. No playing. All those children must be brought back, safe and sound. Brutality is the soul. Yes, there is security in the state, and everybody is acting as if it's not their concern. But this can be anybody, it could be you, it could be me. So what is the fate of every Nigerian? Are we going to keep quiet? Are we going to act as if we're not doing anything? If you cannot join us, if you cannot join us, I know. But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, if you stop people for 5 minutes, I want something to do. Not them again. No. This is not where we started. Come and join us. Lend your voice. Let's stop this child brutality. We can no longer
really no sense. One more cocoa. Any let's come outside. It can happen to anyone, anybody. Don't never say it can never happen to you. Only jealous here. Let's come out and lend our voice before it will get too late. Please, we are begging everybody. Please come outside.
Let us start by appreciating ourselves, by commending ourselves with 3 adulta gosa. They have to be hearing that gosa from government building. Yes. That gosa needs to sound with their government. Let them know that the people of Nigeria are not at peace. Let them know that the people of Oyo State are not smiling. Let them know that the Nigerian people are fed up with insecurity. Yes. Let them know that Nigerian people are fed up with inflation. Yes.
Nothing has been done. The Amotekun that has, that was in place in the Oyo State, they've been reduced to mere panzers. The government of the state, at the state level, face politics rather than protecting the lives of the people. Instead, now is coming to say they want to negotiate. That is so sad. What we are demanding for right now is that we want those kids and teachers, to be released. We understand that the principal that was beheaded happens to be a man that could have retired a week after that incident. It is sad that that man was beheaded, and today there's nothing to say about him. It is so sad.
So that was the first phase. It was quite tense, right? Because they started from Mokola roundabout. Well, they were at Iwo Road. Almost all those main kind of like junctions in Oyo State. Iwo Road, Challenge area, Mokola roundabout, then finally to Agodi at the government house. They attempted to get entrance into the government house, by the way, to see the governor and those who are there, like the lawmakers and the rest, but the security won't let them. And let's see if we get to that part, okay? Here is the other part of the video. They are protesting in Ibadan, and including Abeokuta as well, by the way. I'll show you that of Abeokuta.
ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn la ṣì wà níbi tí a ti rí àwọn òbí àti àwọn alágbàtọ́ àti àwọn olùkọ́ tí wọ́n ń ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn láti sọ fún ìjọba àpapọ̀ àti ìjọba orílẹ̀-èdè àti ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ láti fi òfin pín sí àìní ètò ààbò ní àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ wa. Ìyá kan ní tí ó ń ṣe iṣẹ́ òòjọ́ rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ tí ó dẹ̀ ń wa omi ẹkún lẹ́nu. Mọ́mì, kí lẹ lè sọ sí gbogbo nǹkan rògbòdìyàn tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà?
Nǹkan tí mo lè sọ ní ọkùnrin ní ẹbí àsìkò yìí, mo fi pé ìjọba tó ṣàánú àwọn ẹbí ọmọ ìṣọ́mọ òjò ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìjọba. Ọmọ wa kọ́ wọn lọ tàbí ìjọba jọ ọjọ́. Ọmọ wa kọ́ wọn sí tàbí ìjọba jọ.
Ọmọ tí yẹ sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wá o. Wọ́n ní ọmọ tí yẹ sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n.
Ọmọ náà ní adìẹ tí wọ́n bẹ̀. Wọ́n náà ní adìẹ.
Wọ́n yọ pé sọ́la wọ́n pa wọn ní onílẹ̀-èdè àwọn tó dìbò. Àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ ló dìbò, àwọn kọ́ ló dìbò, àwọn kọ́ ló dìbò, àwọn kọ́ ló pèsè lójú àwọn ọmọ pa wọn lọ sí àwọn ọmọ lára ni o.
Nǹkan tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ìwọ̀ oòrùn ó ti kọ̀ wá. Nǹkan tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ìlà oòrùn ó ti kọ̀ wá. Nǹkan tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní gúúsù àti àríwá ó ti kọ̀ wá. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ará Ìbàdàn, ogun ajínigbé yìí ó ti tó gẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká parapọ̀ ká dìde àti ìjọba àpapọ̀ Nàìjíríà àti ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Ọ̀bàlújẹ́ ni gbogbo wọn, òjèlú ni gbogbo wọn, àìníbìkítà, àìnífẹ̀ẹ́ ará ìlú, wọ́n fi ẹ̀mí àwọn ará ìlú wọ́n fi ṣe ètò ìdìbò. Tí gbogbo wa bá wá sọ pé àfi kí n lọ bí iṣẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ṣírò ara wa. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ìyàwó ẹ àbí ọkọ ẹ àbí ọmọ ẹ ló wà ní àhámọ́ àwọn ajínigbé, ṣó máa jí lọ bí iṣẹ́? Ṣó máa sọ pé ó fẹ́ lọ bí iṣẹ́? Ṣé ẹ máa jáde ńlé? Àwọn ìwà ìbìkítà tó wà lára gbogbo wa àtọmọdé àtàgbà òun ló bàlù wa jẹ́ débi tó dé yìí. Torí pé ìwà ìmọ̀tara ẹnìkan òun ló ba ìlú yìí jẹ́. Kò kàn mí, ọjọ́ kan ó máa kàn ẹ́ o. Ọ̀nà àti gbà láti má jẹ́ kó kàn ẹ́ ni pé ká dìde. Torí náà, gbogbo wọn lò lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ, gbogbo wọn lò lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ. Bí Nàìjíríà ṣe bàjẹ́, gbogbo wọn lò lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ. On the greatest Nigerian people, please, from here we march to the gates and we will address the people at the gate. And I'm very sure some persons are also there that will join us.
Kí ni orúkọ ẹ? Sọ sókè.
You know, probably to the secretariat.
Kí ni orí sọ sí àwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà?
Yes, secretariat.
Kí ni ẹ fẹ́ kí ìjọba ṣe fún ẹ̀yin èwe tẹ́ wà ní iléèwé? Kí ni ẹ fẹ́ kí ìjọba ṣe fún yín?
I stand in solidarity with the people of Oyo. Bring back our students. Bring back our students. An injury to one is an injury to all. Bring back our students. I am a Kwaran. I am a Nigerian. I stand firmly with the people of Oyo. Bring back our students.
Yeah. Ibi tí ọba ti fẹ́ ṣe pamari, àbá lọ dàrú. Bó ṣe jáde yẹn, àwọn ọmọ ọdún méjì wà lọ́wọ́. Ẹ̀dá ti jẹ́ ẹjọ́ ọ̀gá máa ń ṣiṣẹ́. Wọ́n ṣe pamari, ẹ̀dá ìjọba máa ń gbẹ̀yìn gbogbo wọn. Àmì Jésù. Rẹ́dẹ̀rẹ̀dẹ̀ tó gbẹ̀yìn náà ti pa, òun náà máa gbẹ̀yìn gbogbo wọn. Àmì Jésù. Nínú bọ́ọ̀lù jẹ́rẹ̀, ọ̀dọ́rin púpọ̀ lọ́dọ̀dẹ̀, wọ́n jẹ́ Abiola nìyẹn. Ṣé Tinubu ọ̀dọ̀ Abiola? Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sà. Ìjọba ìwọlé dá pẹ́sidẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sà. Láì kó sí pẹ́sidẹ̀ntì ní ilé ìdìbò, ẹbí òkè ìjọba Nàìjíríà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Ayé àgbàdo ìwádìí àrùbáni bàbá mi wá. Ó ní jáde yẹn. Ó fẹ́ tà. Jẹ́jẹ́ ká kóra wa kọ́. Ká lọ gbàrà wa. Ẹgbẹ́ àkóra wa kọ́. Ká lọ gbàrà wa lẹ̀. Èmi ò ní ìní jẹ́jẹ́. 27 years tí mo ti kúrò lẹ́nu àdúgbò. Mo lè lọ lẹ́nu àdúgbò. Ẹ wà sọ pé mo kúra yín. Ẹ ní òkú kúra yín. Àtọ̀kẹ́kẹ́
I'm tired. I'm tired of the way we it is me. I'm a father. I must free them. I must. Because I did not fight anybody. I did not try to run. As I was worried. Who are the forest men? Who are the ones carrying to the forest? Try to see the camera in the forest. Look what is going on in the forest. They're not even using houses again, they're using forests. You know, we have to pay money. My brother has to risk his life to come and pay cash. I was dead inside the grave. Listen, eating once in a day, drinking every day, 6 hours per day. Connect back. Oh no, stop Walara. Only one thing that almost happened to me that got now. I was almost raped. We were 4, didn't get. The woman was 40 years old. Other guy that was covered from Calabar Street. Let's be sincere. I can show you my picture. And if what I see them, go for the boat. Or then go to this man who was not sick because it was the police people. That's what my fault. As old as I am, what I face, I have to cut my hair. I will have panic attack. I was already Doro. Go and check.
That young lady was a victim. So she's sharing her own experience in the hands of the kidnappers until her brother found the ransom and paid. There's a story of a man in Niger State, all right? They kidnapped his daughter, okay? And they demanded for 20 million or maybe 25 million naira ransom. So he started looking for the money. So that took him more than like a week or two to raise the money, sold his property, took loans, and eventually he gathered the money, called the terrorist holding his daughter that he was ready to come and pay them the ransom. But could they please let him speak to his daughter just to be sure that she is still alive and all that. So they gave the phone to the daughter. And the first thing the daughter told her dad was that do not pay any ransom to these people. That since they kidnapped her, they have been violating her. That she doesn't even have the will to live anymore. That if her dad should pay that ransom, she is never going to be useful to him because she was going to unalive herself, like she's going to kill herself. And while she was talking, the father heard, "Pa, pa, pa." That was his daughter executed by the terrorist. This happened so recently as well. People's lives have been destroyed by these activities. See, when you read the stories of victims that makes it to the media, that like this one that we are talking about, right? You should also remember that there are hundreds of other cases that never really made it to the media. Lives, thousands, tens of thousands of people's lives have been destroyed. Families have been destroyed, shattered by this activity. And guess what? There is no real program to rehabilitate the victims of terrorism in Nigeria. But there is a program to rehabilitate repentant terrorists in Nigeria. Crazy, yeah? Let's go back to Ibadan. The other part of their protest, including when they attempted to gain entrance into the government house. And then the rain started, all right? And they believe tomorrow will be another day. But hey, here, the concluding part.
Wọ́n tú àwọn ọmọ tó wà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sílẹ̀. À ń sunkún lórí àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Àtàwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rẹ̀ olùkọ́ wọn. Wọ́n fi àwọn ọmọ yẹn sílẹ̀ nínú ọ̀sẹ̀ wọ́n jọ. Gbogbo ọ̀nà ni wọ́n gbà. Wọ́n fi àwọn ọmọ sílẹ̀. Wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ́pọ̀ àti máa kó wa. Wọ́n wá nǹkan ṣe sí i. Wọ́n kó sísẹ̀ wọ́n pa wọ́n pẹ̀lú pa. Wọ́n jọ kọ́ máa wá nǹkan ṣe sí i. Ọkọ̀ wọn balẹ̀ nínú ilé. Ọkọ̀ wọn balẹ̀ lóde. Ẹni tó bẹ̀ fẹ́ wá sí ọkọ̀ rẹ̀ balẹ̀. Wọ́n jọ kọ́ fi wá sílẹ̀ àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù. Àwọn àjẹ́ mo wà nínú ẹni tó wọ́n jẹ. Wọ́n fi iṣẹ́ àmì náà ló jáde. Wọ́n jọ wọ́n fi wá lọ́kọ̀ balẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà. Wọn ò ní wọlé ìjọ náà ní jábọ́rí bòjì. A máa da gbogbo ẹ̀rú ni wọ́n fi wá sílẹ̀ kó jọ ọ̀rọ̀ mi nìyẹn. Gbogbo ibi tí wọ́n bá ti ń dìbò, a máa lọ bá ń pẹ̀lú. Wọ́n fi àkókò yìí, wọ́n fi sọ fún gbogbo obìnrin abiyamọ. Wọ́n jẹ́ ká jáde. Wọ́n orúkọ bọ̀. Wọ́n ti fẹ́ dé Ìbàdàn. Wọ́n jẹ́ jáde kẹ́kẹ́. Wọ́n jọ ọkọ̀ wa lè balẹ̀ lórí wa àti lórí àwọn ọmọ wa. Wọ́n má bàa rí wá sí ìwọ̀wọ̀. Ó jẹ́ gbọ́dọ̀ dìbò wọn sí bí ajínigbé tó bá sọ.
Ọ̀rọ̀ láti gbọ́ láti.
My name is Atiku. My name is Atiku, one of the parents. I'm using this opportunity to beg our president. I'm using this opportunity to beg our president to come to our aid. Baba Tinubu, please come to our aid in the Oyo State. We are begging you. We parents in Oyo State. We are begging our Baba Tinubu now. Please and please, over 2 weeks now. Our children in captivity. Please, we are begging you now in the name of God. Please, Baba Tinubu, come to our aid in Oyo State. Please, please, on behalf of the parents in Oyo State. Please, we are begging you, Baba Tinubu. Thank you.
Don't sit down. Don't wait until you are giving this something to everybody. People must come out and protest. We should not get mad at protest. This is not the beginning. Nigerians, we've had enough. What we are seeing so far is that this government has failed us. It's as if the state government has failed us. What we have resolved tonight is settled. Part of the settled is protest. And we are saying the governor of Oyo State, wherever you are, come out and address the Nigerian people. We are also telling the NUT, it is not just enough for you to call for strike. Teachers must come out and protest. And we are also sending signal to private school owners. By tomorrow, any private school that is open, we will come there and shut it down. So get one. Parents get one. Please, suspend this interview now. And join the protest. And look at what this is why we are here. My girl, they want. Suspend all interviews. Suspend all interviews. Suspend all interviews. Suspend all interviews. Everybody, please stand from the table. Everybody, go down the table. We can organize ourselves. We are young people. We can organize ourselves. Let the press capture the children. Let the press capture the father. This message is important.
government of Tinubu should know. Number one, this is Alota Infinito. Kolo Kolo, Amatapiri, go now, everybody. Go now. We are giving the government of Tinubu. We are giving the government of Tinubu an immediate ultimatum.
That was Ibadan today, and this was supposed to be like the first day. If by tomorrow the children are not out, there is an expected extension of the protest. This may be it. Is Oyo abduction going to be the kickoff to the revolution that a lot of you have been sort of like fantasizing a lot about? I don't know. But the reality right now in Nigeria is that if you are still believing that what is going on right now is being exaggerated, or they are doing this simply because they wanted to make Tinubu look bad, well, I don't think I can be able to help you anymore. The reality today is that every part of Nigeria is surrounded by these dreadful or dreaded terrorists. And somehow people have become more self-aware to some extent. I saw a video of, people who apprehended a group of Nigerians, or I have to call them Nigerians, but they are Fulanis. So in their effort trying to like search and apprehend them, they found what they called bullets. That's like live ammunition on them. I'll show you. This was Ibejuleki in Lagos, just so you know.
Only bullets! I want bullets! Original bullets.
The caption they gave to it was that they captured some Fulani boys in the Bejuleki who tried as much as possible to blend in. But I don't know how they got to know that they were carrying weapons like that or ammunitions like that, okay? in Enugu, travelers were stopped on one major road simply because the Fulani terrorists were operating. There's a community called the Oloni or thereabouts in Agu local government area of Enugu State as well. The story is the same. Fulani terrorists taking Nigerians and demanding ridiculous amount of money for ransom. And most of the time, they even get them killed. Abducting a people in broad daylight is very much common. This was Enugu this afternoon. Oh, 1 second, sorry.
Na nnukwu ihe na-eme n'Ogu Junction now. Feeling enhancement just killed some of the villagers and brought their corpses in the road. And some of the villagers are doing riots. They have blocked all the road, both left and the right. The army people is trying to stop them, you know. But there is no movement. We are in Ogu Junction. We are going back to Aba from Enugu. Don't know what is going on. That is the case. That is the point. Mama, what are you doing? Who are you very doing? One song.
That was Enugu. And a woman who explained what happened. All right, that's a particular local government area in Igbo. So does that. The terrorists came and listen.
With children, you can go and I can't tell 3 months ago for you. You can need last week. You can go after 5 years with 5 children. I did last week, every last year. Okay, yesterday again, the boy knows. Is that just shot in the heart? You can't look at the whole of it in the heart. The boy died, the young man that instantly with 5 children. The children are very tender. Where are we going to start? The death is too much. We are going for government to come to intervention. Fulani are killing us. They don't want us to stay again. Local government for peaceful.
What happened with the last one?
Yesterday, evening,
yesterday, 20th of June, 20th of February, 2026.
The killings. Now, here is a man that the criminals in Nigeria who were releasing terrorists, pardoning terrorists, or rehabilitating terrorists, decided to jail for asking the people to actually get ready for a period like this. Nnamdi Kanu. He pretty much sacrificed his life, his happiness, his family, his dreams, almost everything else that majority of us actually cherish so much. He sacrificed all of his freedom, right? He sacrificed all of that just to call our attention to the danger that we are now living in years ago. And the government of Nigeria spent so much money. I mean, so much money to ensure that his message is completely misconstrued. And at the same time, rather than for people to see the danger, they saw him as the danger. Enough that a lot of Nigerians actually wanted him killed, because to them, if they could just kill him, maybe there will be peace. Peace for who? The peace for the criminals who have failed to keep you protected, or the peace for yourself. I mean, where you can live your life and pursue your own happiness like everyone else, you know? Now they've taken all of that away from you. And the man they told you was like, should be hated, Nnamdi Kanu. And some of you actually still brag about that. I mean, I've seen some Ronukus, Ronu Nazis, whenever they wanted to like, what they call the clap back, when people call their attention to the failed Tifnumbu's regime, which obviously doesn't really care about anybody anyway, right? Then suddenly they will say, but Nnamdi Kanu is in jail. As if to say that's like a badge of honor for them to say, oh, they are safer now, all right? In the hands of the people that Nnamdi Kanu actually warned all of us. I know you don't like him, some of you, but a time like this is actually a good time to reflect, think deep, and possibly digest the same message he's always been sending, he's always been sharing, the one the politicians want you to actually hate, the tribal differences, the tribal hatred, all this toxicity that have become so politicized, entrenched in your system. Those who sort of like benefited from that, like profited from it to gain power, keep you divided, are now watching you. In fact, they're asking you to pray, while every warning that Nnamdi Kanu gave are now coming to pass, like he is that prophet. So he's a prophet. Some said, I love what he was saying, but it's just I didn't like his tone. Today, the terrorists are not even like speaking to us. They are just speaking us like we are just a bunch of animals. Like you can't even treat animals the way these criminals are treating human beings, Nigerians, who have been captured by them. And today, you are going to listen to Nnamdi Kanu again, because they told you it was probably the most dangerous thing to happen to Nigeria. It was the man, the lonely voice, years ago, warning us about what we are now, obviously about to start protesting for. We need to go and protest. Some are even saying that we need to go and fight the terrorists. We need to bring ourselves together. We need to get weapons. When Nnamdi Kanu was talking about people arming themselves, protecting themselves, a lot of you felt so, I don't know. Some of you felt like you are so educated, you are so exposed, you are so intelligent, and the rest of that, all you could give us were reasons why it would never work. Today, a lot of you are now advocating for that. They need to give us weapons. They need to give weapons to these people to fight them. They need, you know. Somebody did that, actually advocated for that. And the criminals who can't protect you today wanted you to have him, to validate them, crucifying him. Watch this. It is a throwback.
Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say, enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forests, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying the same thing about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanuri people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago.
You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulani have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiala is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It doesn't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain, you do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? If not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They say they support Akeredolu. This is the governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu. Are they living of course it's Hausa land. Are they living in the forest? They came to the town. They work very hard. They build houses. They build mansions. They develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you who have had your breakfast this morning. Please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? pig milk is mineral. The same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place. Tell me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you embrace serious mess. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. People are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce Carnation milk in Kanu? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa we don't reason very well. The way we reason is disjointed. It is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army Mihetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to use?
They said they didn't like his tone. It's because of the way he's saying it. You don't. You are just, like you said, primitive-minded people who are always very much interested in minoring in majors and majoring in minors and always looking for reasons to defend their chains. So Nnamdi Kanu should be in jail. They said, oh, he's the one who encouraged the unknown gunmen. He's this or that. But yet, they have not put any one single arrested unknown gunmen on trial up to this moment. But Nnamdi Kanu, who came out, condemned this and distanced himself from it, because he was more or less like, you know what, he should be crucified. His message is so powerful that if the rest of Nigeria actually grasp it, there is going to be a problem. And today, everything you want, everything is said, we are now kind of like grappling with that. We are now trying to maneuver it. People are now making suggestions that are even far more extreme than what Nnamdi Kanu suggested. But you know something about Yoruba land, which I am going to say freely now. When this whole thing gets out of hand, because it is going to get out of hand, trust me, it is. All right? The way Yorubas are going to react is going to end up shaking the entire fraudulent foundation of this contraption. You can write it down. Because in our own way, right, it is going to become something where people are going to begin to ask the northerners to leave southern part of Nigeria, western part of Nigeria. You know how that kind of like goes. If the terrorists in the forest continue to advance in that sense, right, that could actually really be the beginning of an unprepared, unplanned civil war in Nigeria. And politicians in Nigeria who have been kind of like they've stretched their luck for so long. I'm saying this right now because if this becomes the norm, I am talking about what the rest of Nigeria have suffered for over a decade. That the Yoruba medias, the Southwest media, as they are famously called, have done their best to maintain the total blackout of this event within the media space of Nigeria, if not for social media. If this should become a trend, they will no longer be able to control that. And before you know it, people will begin to actually ask these northerners. This time it won't just be Fulanis, these northerners to leave. And once that becomes a thing, you know how it's going to happen, right? The northerners are going to say the southerners should also leave the north, vice versa. And again, if it gets out of hands, even these guys who believes that they have what they call the state control, state capture, they will realize that they are just holding this powerful hot ball. They can't hold it with their hands. So they better right now do what they have to do to cut off their terrorists they brought into Nigeria in 2014, 2015 because of power. They have possibly outspent their luck. They've stretched their luck. But if Yoruba land become the centerpiece of the terrorism, like we have been seeing all this while, it is going to change everything. You don't have to believe me, just watch. All right? So yesterday, while Baja led Ibadan and the rest of them to Ogbomosho, they also met with the families of the victims who died. Because during the attack, it was reported that about 2 people were shot and killed, apart from the teacher that they took, the math teacher that they took and beheaded. I think Olatunbosun Boson or thereabout. So he was there. So this was the deputy governor of Oyo State addressing the same gathering that Bajao and others were at yesterday. I just want to capture what he said there. Then what Baja told the family too. Show you.
Please permit me to stand on the already established protocol. Minister of Defense, sorry, because we have the whole of Nigeria here present. And as a result of that, the governor said, I should appreciate all of you for coming. The tragedy struck on 15th day of May, and it devastated every one of us in Oyo State. Since that day, I've been coming to this place almost every day. But we are still hoping, and we are believing and trusting God. And we believe by your coming today, the seeing of our children is at hand by the grace of God. But there are some issues, 1, 2, 3 issues that we want to bring to your notice. Number one, Oyo State has a population of about 10 million people. Oyo State have a population of about 10 million people with a land mass of 28,454 kilometers. The Federal Reserve that we are talking about has an area of 342,461. That is 12.92% of the total area covered by Oyo State. And by this, we are in trouble all over the state, because this forest reserve cut across about 8 local governments of Oyo State and share boundary with Kwara State. And this is where problems are coming, day in, day out. Sometimes ago, 10 forest guards were killed there. On 15, this one happened. I'm also aware of a program going on by the federal government about fencing of vulnerable schools across the nation. Because about 2 weeks ago, there was a meeting with the National Defense with the Commissioners of Education in Oyo State, in Nigeria, wherein we were told that vulnerable schools will be fenced by the federal government. The people of Oyo State and the government of Oyo State want you to expedite action on this so that vulnerable schools can be fenced. Thank you very much. We have 686 public secondary schools in Oyo State, over 2,000 primary schools. We want you to come to our aid by fencing the ones that are vulnerable.
The farm settlement, or what's that called, the forest reserve in Oyo State, okay, is quite massive, truly. However, it's mapped, and somehow they have all of it somehow covered. It is not the way he's putting it, right? Because if you have your border, and you have the communities that surrounds those kind of like border with Kwara. So you have areas where you have to concentrate your forces, right? You have to concentrate them in certain areas so that you can cut off their advancements, Abi, with proper equipment, as they call it. But that's not what they did. They are already overwhelmed in that sense, okay? So the terrorists are already in. They're not just crossing the border anymore. They're already in. Communities are already being ransacked. People are like already being displaced and the rest of that. You know? So fencing the schools, that's kind of like expensive. Some said they should start providing security for the schools. That too. But the bottom line is that the military of the country can strategically, if they have the political will, strategically enough, cut these guys off and finish off those ones who have already crossed over to you or your state, while they have those who are still very much in Kwara, chased further and clear them up like that, go on like that. But it seems that that is impossible according to these guys. So Baja, who was with the families of those who lost their lives during the kidnapping attempt, all right, had this to say to them. He actually went to to the palace of the Ogbomosho king, I believe. That's where he met with the families whose loved ones were killed.
No, that is what is so. Lórí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣọ̀kan kò sí ìkọ̀dá àlejò kò sí ìkọ̀dá àlejò ọwọ́ ọlọ́run ọba ní gbogbo ẹ̀wà àìlú rẹ̀ lẹ́gbọ̀n ẹ máa sọ̀tún ìsàbẹ́sẹ̀ wà lórí Nigeria wà lórí ìfìyílẹ̀ ìsàbẹ́sẹ̀ ìfìyílẹ̀ gbogbo kí gbọ̀ngàn àwa ní láti ṣe àwọn tó ti fẹ́ búlì àwọn tó ṣe iṣẹ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ báyìí agbára ọlọ́run àwọn àrí wọn ní àdẹ̀nífẹ̀ yìí lọ́dọ̀ bá máa ṣe fún àwọn ọmọ ẹbí àwọn àṣẹ máa sọ ẹ jẹ́ ká gbà fọlọ́ ọlọ́run ló lẹ́nu ọlọ́run ló ń bẹ̀ àwọn olùbá àkọlé ọ̀dọ́ sí ìkọ́tẹ́ àlẹ́ ṣe báyìí ẹ máa sọ ẹ máa gbó ìsàpẹ́tẹ̀ máa ránṣẹ́ àwọn àjókòó àwọn owó bá ṣe lè ṣe ikọ̀ máa fi lè dà fún yín pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹbí àtàwọn ẹgbẹ́.
So that's Baja consoling the wife of one of the victims, assuring them that the government is going to support the family, help them through this process, and also ensure that those who perpetrated this dastardly act are apprehended, arrested. We'll find them. That's what he said. Crazy, yeah. Sorry, the line is very much opened. Okay, I had a few people who were trying to call in earlier, but it's simply because the video was playing, so I was I'm just gonna have to wait. Okay. So, meanwhile, they are still doing their best to see how they can spin this current reality in Nigeria. I mean, as you have the young Ronukus, you have the old Ronukus as well, the Ronu Nazis. They are of different species, different age grades and all that. The air is one on a rise, all right? Talking about Tifnubu's reform, the insecurity and the blah, 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 and at the same time, just kind of like finding means to deviate from the real thing, looking for who to blame except Tinubu in this video. And hang on, I think I'll take the call first. Here, I have a caller. Hello. Hello. Okay. Somebody called in and possibly they were not paying attention to their phone. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello, I'm not too bad, boss. Thank you very much. Remember, yeah, but meanwhile, I'm gonna put a complaint first before I start. So, okay, now they block me on chat, and because of this, Ade Williams, because that Ade Williams,
what happened?
It's not the topic I wanna talk about. The guy, you know, when I watch, anytime I watch Arise News online, this guy keeps on talking rubbish about the Igbos, and I know he's a bigot. And you know, when I mentioned about Nnamdi Kanu, but thank you very much to play that video and that long we play. It's because of him I was saying he should ask you and you should educate him about what is going on. You know, I appreciate the video you play, and because a lot of people in this temple of justice, temple of truth, I know they just come and check to see who they can badmouth or anything, but keep on teaching them, they will understand one day, you know. So yeah,
what was he saying?
Coming to the,
was he pretty much like being kind of like unruly in the comment section?
No, I didn't say anything. I didn't even say anything because I just pointed at him.
Ade Williams, was he being unruly? Like, was he being?
Yeah, he was just saying, you know, when I mentioned about now, you know, the protest, which, you know, when they started, you were talking about the protest in Ibadan, in Abeokuta, and about this religion of these kids. So I keep on that, you see, that I don't understand why Tinubu is still holding Nnamdi Kanu. If all these things that are coming up now, this is the reason, this is the crime. You keep on saying, oh no, we are adult. We all heard when he was saying this, you know. He keep on warning us about these things that are happening now. And everybody is so clear that this guy, what he's been saying, is exactly what is happening. Why are they still holding him? Why they cannot leave this man, you know, let him go? Yeah, exactly. The same, everything he said, everything he warned about, it's exactly what is happening in everybody's eyes now. And still, when you mention that name, it's like you mention a thunder.
You get?
You know, it's like a thunder striking everywhere.
It unsettled a lot of
people. You understand?
Right?
I'm telling you, the name upset a lot of people, but the truth is there in front of everybody, and people start swallowing it. They don't want to understand.
I know.
You understand? Yeah, but anyway, back to the point. Yeah, I appreciate.
If he was unruly, if he was unruly and rude to anybody in the comment section, right? It won't be the first time.
I know the guy. I know the guy.
But lately, people have.
No, it's all right. You can leave him if you want to stay. You need to be here and learn because I know the guy. Any channel, if you go to channel network, television, all these television channels in Nigeria, he's always there talking shit. I know the name, Ade Williams. He talking shit. But once I mention Nnamdi Kanu, he said, don't mention that name. Yeah. You know, this thing about this kid is bigger than Nnamdi Kanu. But it's really a bigotry guy. He don't have open-minded, you know. But anyway, that's something by at least he learn tonight. If you teach him something, if he can learn, if you can take that bigotry clothes out and open his mind and learn,
like hopefully
he will learn something.
Nnamdi Kanu's name here, like, is it for real?
Yeah, exactly. You've been saying it. You know, people, that's why I pick on him. I say, okay, I keep on saying at him. Listen, he asked me, explain to him. I say, no. Ask MG. Ask Maiyegun, he will explain to you. But thank God you pick up the message, you play the video, he will learn if he can learn. Because some people, he's like that. I know the guy. I know his comment. Every channel in the network is just Tinubu, the Nuku data boy he is. Anyway, but that's not the reason why I call it. I just want to put
the point here tonight, please.
Yeah, well, these things are you know, like the protest is still the topic anyway. I think it's gonna be, as you said, this is the end, the beginning and the end of terrorism in Nigeria.
The way they handle
I think, because
determine what's going to happen next. Because Yoruba land is not going to be a place where
how
we're going to get used to children being kidnapped.
Nah,
you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to,
yeah,
it's not really going to work.
It's not going to work. And you should remember, as you said, when this guy, Nnamdi Kanu was saying this, he knows that Yoruba can stop this if they want.
Yes.
He knows that this issue, minus all this political thing, that when Yorubas are out of this, it's gonna be either the end. You know, but because of the media was offering it, they don't want to take it open. Now, this case, it can be sacrifice of Nigerians because these boys, these Funade guys, I don't know how they're gonna release this kid. Finger crossed. They
started hearing people saying that this election in 2027, if they don't bring these kids back and stop this terrorism, that they shouldn't even think about election in 2027. People are already like dropping that little by little now. That's why I said the way they handle this, determine what's going to happen.
Yeah. Exactly. I think this case now is have to be. I pray it's people's children. I have my own kids here. I don't want things like that to happen to them. No. But I pray, you know, they release these kids. You know, they have suffered. They have tortured them a lot.
2 years
these kids have gone. You know, they have tortured these kids a lot. You know, but I don't know really. They need to release these guys. They need to release them.
Thank you very much.
And what the Southwest are doing now, at least they are opening their mind that it's nothing to do with Tinubu is ruling or is not ruling. Everybody has seen it, you know, and he have the key to stop it. If he really want to stop this, he can stop it now. You know, because he knows about this. It's not. It's out of politics now. What about politics? About it. If people can understand when this protest continue with this man, the shutting of schools. Because not only the West have started it now, don't get me wrong, it's going to spread all the South.
That's why I said yesterday that the moment something like this begins, if they don't, I believe that they've lost control of it anyway, but maybe I am wrong, right? If they actually have no real control, and the real control we are talking about here is that, one, the children should be released, okay? And then,
that's number one.
Happen again. Okay, but the way they handle it will determine what will happen next. Because the moment they say all schools should shut down, and you begin to see other areas shutting schools, that has never happened in Nigeria before. You know that. Now NUT is asking people to shut
because they're not already shut their own schools down. That
one was not official. Now that one was because of these attacks. Thousands of schools have been shut down. I mean, for the union body to announce the shutting down of schools because of terrorism that's never happened before, right? So if they
never happened, it never happened though. It never happened. Yeah. If they fail to do it well, you see, I think we are heading to that. We are heading to that untalkable thing. Those things they don't want to talk about. I think we are heading to that level.
I believe
that's how it's gonna be. And at the same time, using this media to tell Nigerians, open your mind as you protesting about these kids in kidnapping them. They should open up their mouth and talk about nothing. Because you cannot talk about these kids without mentioning that guy. If people can think, you cannot talk about these kids, about what is going on now in Nigeria. Mostly these kids without talking about the guy. Without talking about that man. Yeah, and because he's there now because of he alert Nigerians. That's his own sin, nothing more. Nothing more. And this political class, I think they know about it.
Thank you so
much. Anyway, I just keep, I appreciate that. I appreciate that you played that move,
thank you very much for coming.
And this guy should learn it. Yeah, remember, brother. Remember.
You have a good one. I actually have another caller. Let's take it. I don't know if I got that. Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Maiyegun Baba.
How are you?
I'm good. Longest time.
I know. You know, but I've always been here. It's only YouTube that denied a lot of you from even noticing that Maiyegun was live or this or that, right? So I've been battling with that for months. But I've always I've always been around.
Yeah, even the time you came to Houston last year, I was out of state. I was at work in faraway Oregon, so I couldn't be able to meet with you. You know.
Bless you. We'll have another shot anyway another time.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, please, whenever you're gonna come back to the States, please let us know so that we can be able to prepare. Wait for you.
I will. Trust me, I will this time around. Anyway, here we are.
Yes, okay.
Same old.
Yeah.
And what we feared is now happening. What we dreaded, now witnessing.
You know, I can remember like 4 or 5 years ago, you used to say on this Temple of the Truth that if people fail to understand or to see the writings on the wall, it will get to everybody.
Eventually.
And now it's getting to everybody. You know, it's so unfortunate. Sometimes my heart bleeds. I sit to think, what kind of human beings do we have or do we call our leaders that even a little child can understand that things are not being done right? No. The influx of these people we call Fulani. We've been living with Fulanis over the years that are now that the only thing, yes, they conquered some part of our country. But this issue of killing, the people doing it are not Nigerians. If you look at them, look at their dressing, even they don't even speak Hausa. When you look at them, their videos is going on everywhere. They're not even scared again to show their faces. And the loot, the money they are stealing. The government allowed this nonsense to get to this point. And by so doing, they can't get control of it anymore. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And the reason why it was like that is just because of this religious beliefs that some of our core Muslim brothers could not speak out, condemning the influx of these criminals coming into our country, abducting our people, killing us, raping our women, abducting our children,
torturing them on camera that we are watching online, and you'll be asking yourselves, are these Nigerians? Like, how is this even like happening?
They don't look like Nigerians. When you look at them, and they'll be showing the billions cash that you can't even imagine seeing in a bank. They'll be floating it, showing it on the screen. What are we thinking about?
Okay.
Those videos,
but it's going to be a time. I strongly still believe, Sha, that we are actually nearing that end of it. It is either going to be the end of this terrorism or the end of Nigeria.
I'm absolutely.
Because people are beginning to now see that we only have just one tribe, Fulani tribe, going after every other ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. Like every other tribe is having a taste of this violence from one tribe, Fulani. That is going to probably end up leading all of us to agreeing that maybe we should go our separate ways. The conversation they hate to have.
Definitely. And if the elite, if the so-called political elites that are benefiting and they're enjoying this, because, okay, let's take an instance. Look at what is happening in South Africa. We have a bunch of Nigerians and other people living in South Africa. We've not had any day that Nigerians are killing the indigenous people. We've never heard of it. I've never heard of any country where the people that migrated from elsewhere are killing the people that own the land and the government of that land kept quiet. It's only Nigeria. So what are we talking about? Who is deceiving who? Who is deceiving who? Tell me any country that you hear that the people that migrated or just entered, influx the country are killing the citizens and the government kept quiet. Look at our children. Look at the kind of punishment that our children are going through. What is their offense because they are just Nigerians and decided to go to school? It's painful. My heart bleeds and everybody kept quiet. The so-called politicians kept quiet. It has gotten to the point where everybody, even parents, cannot even allow their children to go to school again. It will get to that point. So this is no more joke anymore. It is no more joke.
They attacked our agricultural base, destroyed the economy of Nigeria. You know, Nigerians are always growing their foods
You
today.
can't travel by road again.
Go on.
You can't travel by road anywhere again in Nigeria.
How is that life?
What's their population? How many are they that the government, if they really meant to, they use networks to transmit those videos. They do. So, don't we have those networks to be able to get them tracked?
Location and everything, geolocation and every other thing you needed to know. The Nigerian military said they confiscated over 200 Starlink satellites, Starlink browsers or so, internet from these terrorists.
Any spot you make a call or send a text or receive in telecom, we know the base station where that is transmitting from.
Yep.
You can get the radius.
Yes.
You can get it. So it's I don't know. I'm sick and tired of Nigeria, I swear. Because when I talk about
when you talk about Nigeria, it's like you are talking about one smaller African country, not the same Nigeria that used to have this echo model.
That we used to know. This is just insane. And you call your senators, House of Reps, governors, and all that, and your president, because people shouted, people talked. That was why he was able to send people to their yesterday.
2 weeks after it happened.
Because they are not his children. And then, in fact, any UT, both universities, everything school, Nigerian school is supposed to be shut down, complete from primary, nursery to university, until these children are being released. Is it only these children? What about the ones that have been kidnapped in Niger State over the years? We don't even hear anything about those ones anymore. What about the ones that happen in some other states?
Hang on.
The Niger State.
I'll tell you a few, all right? I actually, I bookmarked quite some, and I said I was going to read them out, because these are the latest ones. We are not even talking about those ones from last year now, all right? Yeah, they said 176 women and children were kidnapped in Kiama local government area. This was in Kwara State, right? They have been in captivity for 106 days now. You have over 300 women and children who were kidnapped in Ngoshe, Goza local government area of Borno State.
Niger.
They are already there now. They are there now. They are already there for 87 days today. 50 students who were kidnapped in Askira, Uba local government area in Kaduna, I think, right? Is that Kaduna? Anyway, so they have been in the captivity now for 16 days. Then you have 46 students and teachers who were also kidnapped. Okay, these are the ones from Oyo State, all right? So from north to south, right? Nigerians who are in the captivities of these terrorists, right? They are almost on their own. So the message is, don't get kidnapped, because you're going to be on your own.
Oh, God. So what? Every Nigerian should understand that the government in Nigeria has failed them, right? So I think my own opinion, I'm not so sure that everybody should rise up, send messages across to your family, those ones back home, anything they can be able to use to protect themselves. They should all rise up. In fact, if this time around, don't even wait for them to come. Comb your bushes, go after them, chase them away. Chase them away. Anything you feel you can do, if it's to fight them, fight them.
Baba, thanks so much for that. Right, let's take another one. Seems like some other people are much interested in. Yeah, Baba, you have a good one, okay? Cheers, Baba. So I have another caller, I think. Let's hope. Hello.
Sure. Hello. Good evening.
Oh, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm okay. The stress is too much.
Your first one, Abby?
Yes.
Oh.
The stress is too much. The stress is too much.
I know. Good to have you, by the way. So everybody can hear you.
Yeah, yes. The stress is too much because it's just, I think this thing is going to a stage whereby when the server cannot hold the whole thing anymore, everything will explode. Because again, the last time I think I tried to call in because if people make suggestions. I even me too. I said it before. Nigerians will rise up. Oh, Nigeria cannot rise up. They don't have weapons. They only give weapons to the Fulani. All those nonsense. And we have in the south, we have the Yoruba representative. We have Yoruba senators. We have Yoruba House of Rep members.
That's right.
We have Yoruba governors. Okay, so it's not like probably this northerners or this northern part of the country where this Fulani nonsense emanated from are the only one governing the nation. Okay, even the eastern part of the nation. Okay, they have governors. Governors who have governed their region. Even though they've not, recent time other than Jonathan, I don't know, maybe he's actually from the east or wherever he's from.
No, he's not.
Maybe
he's an Ijo man.
Okay, so let's exclude that one now. They've never been to presidency.
No.
Okay. So, but they have senators, they have rep members.
Yeah, they've
so
been
when
part of the
evil
governance
people,
of Nigeria, like structurally, yeah?
Yeah, so when these evil governors, all these evil men that they've at one point occupied these offices, both in the eastern part and the southern part of the nation, from governors to senators to rep members. Okay? What quota have they contributed when these evil people, and they saw it, carrying weapons, headsmen carrying weapons, carrying cutlass, slaughtering people like slaughtering goats. Or even
we're all witnesses now. Maybe we're all alive.
And they are all witnessing it. And they are not saying nothing.
But right now, they are defending Tinubu. That's what they are doing. Everybody is trying to let you believe that Tinubu Call wants to do it, but some people are making it difficult for him. But he's doing his best. Opus Odima was praising him the other day now. You forgot?
But Baba, do you know this thing that have you noticed this pattern, okay? And this started with Buhari. Do you remember one day that you did a show regarding how Buhari was practically excluded? Like, what I mean is that he doesn't know what goes on in the country that he governs.
Yeah.
Do you remember that story? Do you remember that they said they didn't even let him read newspaper?
Yeah.
Do you remember that narrative? You know, that same narrative is what they're going to bring out again. When these motherfuckers will run. Okay, this Walking Dead that is there right now, when he leaves, that's what they're going to be saying too. They're going to be saying that, and the next they're going to do, they're going to be going to Edmond Obilo's TV show. They will not be writing books. They will be writing memoirs. They'll be telling them, do you know that Tinubu doesn't even know what happens? Doesn't even know what happens.
They hide it from him. They hid it from him. That's why he didn't.
They're hiding it. They hid it from him. So now, the last time, like I said earlier, the last time I want to call it that. Okay, so we said you guys didn't allow Amotekun to carry weapons. You don't allow.
Are we supposed to even be still talking about that now? With the situation we are now, right? Are we supposed to be talking back and forth? Why Amotekun is not properly trained and armed? Are we supposed to still be kind of like asking why in this situation right now? If you guys are serious.
Yeah? The reason why we are still talking about it is because we don't have any representatives.
They are saying that they are doing something. They say they are doing something.
No, they are not doing anything.
But we are not seeing anything.
No, they are not doing anything. They are not doing anything. Baba, do you know, I just asked my wife this afternoon. I said, could it be that there is a spell being casted on Nigerians? Because I know vividly well that any reasonable Nigerian that left that country by any chance, the Western world, either UK, either Canada, either US, name it, Australia, wherever, immediately you left that place like a cocoon. You are being left out of a cocoon, and they will just spread that, like they will spread that, and they will be achieving things. But why in our country? We can't even pull anything. We can't even do anything. Imagine us now talking about Nigerians living in Nigeria. Nigerians living in a country. We've been treated in this manner. So the reason why Amotekun, for example, like you said, Amotekun cannot be harmed because we have passive and puppets as our representatives in both Eastern region and Southern region. Okay, we have thieves, we have kleptomaniacs, we have psychopaths, we have people who are only after their pockets. Okay, that is the reason why. That is the reason why they can't speak for us.
So it's now left
for
the
people
to speak for themselves now.
Now, so that's where I'm going to hand the whole thing right now. So they won't speak for us. People can carry weapons. Like Fulani here now, we carry weapons. They will go to their farms. They will assassinate them. They will shoot them. They will kill them. When the farmers, after they already to graze their cattle over their farmland, they won't be able to say anything because they don't have any weapons to use. Abeokuta can't do anything. And if you now make them being powerless technically, people will now finally rise. Because when the center continue to hold this stuff and continue to hold it, it's just a matter of time, and it will be so disaster. It will be so disastrous rather. The disaster we can. I don't even know. Maybe it will be probably worse than what happened in Rwanda.
Oh, okay, that's the big one. Okay.
I'm telling you, sir. Because how can you capture a nursing mother? A nursing mother. How can you be torturing?
Know how many nursing mothers they've killed as well? And the babies were left. Sometimes they slash the babies too. Do you know how many pregnant women they have actually killed?
I know.
Their machetes, right, to slash open their bellies. I mean, all the things are
and their breast, everything. But I think that's where we are going right now. Hopefully, but if this now at the end of the day did not amount to anything, then I don't know what else we have.
Anyway, Baba, thank you very much. Okay, let me take another call.
Thank you.
And also a very quick one that a lot of us are almost like getting to that part where you're going to be leaving soon. I need to remind you, like the broadcast, it does help. Okay, if I'm able to get out of almost 1,000 of us on YouTube, if I could get like 500 to 600 of us to like that video, I was told, it is going to help push the video further. And some of you will never really get notifications or anything anymore, right? You probably will begin to get the notification now. And a lot of us can always attend the temple. We have people who thinks like this, despite everything going on. Speaking for Kolu.
You said if he promised 100 things and he delivered, 90, then we must give him a pass mark. When the Tinubu administration came into office, they had a cabinet retreat. After the first cabinet retreat, they highlighted 8 things. These are the 8 things that they promised that were the priority areas for Nigerians. And the SGF sent out a memo to all the MDAs. And the things were inclusive growth was number 1. Strengthening national security was number 2. Boost agriculture to achieve food security was number 3. Unlock energy for sustainable development. Enhance infrastructure transportation for inclusive growth. Focus on health, education, and social investments. Accelerate diversification of our economy and improve governance for service delivery. For number 1, inclusive growth, more people are poorer. For number 2, strengthening Nigeria's national security, more Nigerians have died than terrorists have been neutralized, according to their own figures.
More Nigerians have died against what? More Nigerians have died against what?
According to the figures coming from our government,
against what?
Terrorists have been neutralized by the government.
Against what? More Nigerians have died against what? Adesoa.
What do you mean?
No. You see, you throw these things. No. Please. When you want to compare, you compare it to another era. More Nigerians have died against what?
Just before you go, these are not my numbers. Remember, Goodluck Jonathan, 2011 to 2013, approximately 11,000 conflict-related deaths. Muhammadu Buhari, 2015 to 2017, approximately 17,000 conflict-related fatalities. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 2023 to 2025, approximately 27,500 plus conflict-related deaths. That is more than double the number under Goodluck Jonathan, and more than 10,000 more than the first 3 years of the Buhari administration.
The people that have been neutralized by our military personnel are over and above the people that are...
Okay, I'm bringing out data. I've listed 8 areas.
Data from where?
This is data from your own government. The National Orientation Agency spent money and put adverts in multiple newspapers this week.
More people have died. Yes. Against what era?
What do you like to compare? It's just saying that...
Why did she say so?
Because it's data.
It's the data.
Data from where?
She just told you from your own government.
No, you do not understand what I am saying.
Okay.
When you say that this number of people more number of people have died.
Yes.
It is a comparative language.
It will mean that compared to the first 3 years of Buhari, for example.
Oh no, more people died. No, more people died even in that era than now. No.
That's your own data.
Please, can you give us?
That's your own data.
Can you give us the different data, the different numbers? It's good for us to see the different data.
Where did you get your own data from?
I got it from the National Orientation Agency.
The National Orientation Agency.
Limited,
it is not possible for the National Orientation Agency to tell you that in the first 3 years of Buhari administration and in the first 3 years,
that's not what I said.
National Orientation Agency will tell you how many people have died. It is for the journalists to find out how many comparatively at the same time in the previous administration.
Far less people, and take this from me.
Okay.
Far less people have died under Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu than any government from the time of
What's
Jonathan.
the source of your own data?
Because I know.
No, that it should be that
you were coming here to quote data that is not available to anybody except
It's on the newspapers. It's on the newspapers. It's on the terrorism index. It's on the World Bank page. It's on the IMF page. It's on the UN World Food Program page. If you Google it, sometimes Claude AI would even gather it for you. All this information is public information. This is not investigative journalism. Just before you go, these are not my numbers, remember. Goodluck Jonathan, 2011 to 2013, approximately 11,000 conflict-related deaths.
That's how the Ronukus talk. They don't believe in data other than the one they manufacture from their kind of like a warped minds. They would drop number. You say, where did you get that from? I say, it's because I know. Do you understand the kind of people I talk to? I know people in government. I say, but this is a public data. The Ronukus, they don't need data. They don't need anything. They just want you to actually take it. And that's exactly the way they are running the contraption on Duala Duanobi. I think I have a caller. Hello.
Hey, Maiyegun General, thanks for taking my call.
Thank you very much for calling.
Long-time caller.
Please.
Yeah, this is Joe from New York City.
That's Joe.
All right, so
go on.
Yeah, I wanted to chime in about what the VDM is doing, right? So a few days ago, he put out a video and said he gives the federal government 4 days to try to rescue the kids in Oyo State, right?
Okay.
That after 4 days has elapsed, if the government doesn't do anything, he will raise the money and he will do this and do that, right? And on the surface level, right? That's very admirable, right? That's something nice. Like he cares. But we have it backwards, Maiyegun, right? Nigerians, we have a history of absorbing responsibility from the people who are supposed to do a task they have been saddled upon to do, right? So my frustration here is this, Government has bombs. Government has an army. Government has weapons, right? So if you're going to use an NGO to raise money, then we're going to be on a never-ending cycle of raising money to pay ransom to rescue people. And when will it end?
It won't.
Yeah. So I'm not going to incite people, because every small thing they say, hey, you are inciting the crowd. Listen, I have one child, I have one child.
Bless you,
and we live here in New York City. If I bring my son home, and something happens to my son, hypothetically speaking, I will find the governor, who is the chief security officer of that state. If the governor has 5 children, I will take all 5 children from the governor. Right? I will find whoever the Oga Patapata of them, or who is the president, whose basic job is to secure the country. My one child, if something happens to my son, Ajay Sheitinubu will collect from my hand, and it will not be contracted. I will do it myself, because we have to get to a point where we have to get these people to do their job, or they need to pay the supreme price for taking us for granted for so long. Right? Enough is enough. Right? So I need people to think about how these things affect them on a personal level. I don't talk my own, the way we take them my mind. If something do me or my sisters, or my brothers, or my own direct person, I just see and I go carry the news. So, yeah, so if we have tech people, yeah, you have tech abilities, and find where the children of these people are. Post the information online and leave the rest to the people who are backed against the wall to do their own part. Everybody wants an El Dorado. Nobody wants to get up and actually do the work. Una go suffer tire, right? So again, I don't talk to it's easy for me because
I know you came blazing tonight, like a gunner blazing, like
Trump. No. Baba, I'm a long time listener of you for over a decade now. Yeah, we've been talking about the same thing. Oh, Nigeria no good, and governments not do this thing. Responsibilities. Even there has nothing that has come up in the over 1 decade of us this program and other platforms where we're saying, listen, let us sensitize the masses for them to take their own destiny into their own hands and start with action. Action. Yeah, Baba, if my son did with a play ball, something do him. Yeah, we cannot go hospital. Yeah, and or maybe snake bite him. We go hospital and they tell me, say, anti-venom no day to save my son's life. Ajay, the MD of that hospital, yeah, the commissioner of health of that state, I will kill all of their family members. Ajimbo, no be mouth. Right? So Nigerians will get to the point where they've been pushed to the wall for too long and they have nowhere to go, and they will eventually come out and make it bloody. It cannot have a bloodless revolution. It will be blood, right? So again, I am not inciting anybody. I don't talk what me go do. If Nigeria happens to me or my own direct loved ones, you do with that whatever you wish. That's my own contribution for that.
You have dropped a kind of like a bombshell, and somehow a lot of people who heard that are going to be like, yeah, there are many people who actually feels like that too, brother. But thank you so much for stopping by. Right. Okay, you have a very good evening.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call.
Yes,
you too. Bye.
Thanks so much. Yeah, you have a good one. So, people are different. I've had people who have said that their reaction may be very extreme, and sometimes grief can make you do things that ordinarily, Baba, you probably would never imagine you doing it. Like me, now maybe this, now me they do this. Grief can make you do a lot of things. So don't say, never say never in that sense. So talking about Kolu, all right, it was at the 70th anniversary of the Nigerian Navy at the Abeokuta Atlantic City, I think, today. Okay, so I'm going to take you there just to show you a bit, then you can drink water.
President campaign ló ń ṣe olúwa láàrin yẹn ayé Tinubu ti bàjẹ́ wọ́n di pé wọ́n jíyàn gbé kò lọ wò wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ wo helicopter.
Nigerian Navy that cannot really protect the Nigerian waters against the oil bunkers, those who come in to steal our crude oil. So they had to sublet the security of protecting the waters, especially the creek in the Niger Delta area. But yeah, it is the Nigerian Navy. Teachers have actually really messed things up, seriously. But yeah, that's your system. So Kolu was there to go and see the vessels, okay, the Nigerian Navy vessels, and I think he was meant to go on one of them, and his own yacht. They got him a yacht. His yacht was also on display. But I will show you around the place just briefly. It's a long clip, so that's enough. And that's a call. Meanwhile, this afternoon, okay, Werey Wike, who was in Port Harcourt over the weekend, right, returned back to Abuja, and he called, of course, the media guys to have his media chats. Wike's media chats, where he's expected to, as usual, to talk about his political enemies, because he's always got enemies, right? So he spoke about Atiku, spoke about Amechi, and then Peter Obi. Oh, Atiku. Remember Babashir Lawal, guys, the grass cutter. So Babashir Lawal kind of like shocked everybody. Maybe not, anyway, this afternoon, when he put out a post to announce his own resignation from the coalition ADC. Like, what happened? Babashir Lawal. So here is what he put out, okay, on his Facebook. Let me see if I can read some of it. Hopefully I can. Give me a sec. Talking about Atiku. So Babashir Lawal decided to leave the ADC because, according to he said, I am exiting the ADC because it's just concluded. I mean, because of his just concluded primaries, were at all levels massively rigged in favor of Kashala Abubakar Atiku. I sense a conspiracy of silence of which I want no part of. Most members of the party are behaving as if this is the normal thing to do. Results were just written or rewritten to favor him and his coven. Even where they allowed some semblance of election to hold, the winners were simply replaced with members of his syndicates. In the real sense, it was a disgraceful charade. I am doing so because I do not intend to be part of Kashala Atiku's rigging machine in 2027 general elections, and I cannot avoid doing so if I remain in the party. Okay, so the man and his cabal are just irredentists, Fulani, and religious hegemonists. For me, working for Kashala Atiku means giving Tinubu an automatic ticket to a second term, which gives me nightmares. I believe Tinubu might, comparatively speaking, end up a better Nigerian president than Kashala Atiku could ever be. As bad as Tinubu currently is, and possibly could ever be, the choice in 2027, it seems, will be a Martin's fork. I did not join the ADC to make Nigeria progressively worse, so my beliefs and conscience won't allow me partner with the evil that Atiku and his people represent, or more. For we're close to 25 adult children, 6 wives, past and present, some offshore, and a heavily shrunk, decapitated business empire. I foresee 25 Sheyi Tinumbus and 6 Remi Tinumbus, a prospect that has been keeping me awake all night with worry. And who knows which Shaguris might be lurking around the corner waiting for an Atiku bazaar. I would have thought that the Northerners who helped rig the primaries for a near senior, like, one thing there, look, I tell you something, I'm going to continue reading, okay? When this was first published, a lot of people actually felt it was fake. Do you understand? Like, initially they felt like, oh, it was fake. Then later they realized that it was actually Babashir Lawal that posted this on Facebook himself. And then the media houses picked it up. And they confirmed it. It was him. Like, all of them have started coalition. You know, Atiku go one contest and be part of, but you still joined them and you knew all of this. So what went wrong? Bashir Lawal, the guy that said Peter Obi is a shifty, unsettled kind of politician. It can't be, you know what I mean? Okay. Kashala Atiku. Okay. So according to him, he said, where was I? Let's start from that post 2027. Okay. I'll go back up a bit. Okay. He said, I would have thought that the Northerners who helped rig primaries for a near senile octogenarian, they all know to be an incompetent, tribal, and religious bigot, would be the ones that should crave the most a good post-2027 governance, seeing as Tinubu has driven his people to total destitution. I would have thought that when Northerners insist on Northern president, they will be thinking of one that will stop the downward spiral into poverty and insecurity, not an ineptocrat like Kashala Atiku. Alas, a leopard cannot change its spots. The North, it seems, is perpetually doomed to self-harm. While I will be tweaking my plans for the future and consulting with like-minded colleagues on how to stop this incompetent octogenarian from coming close to the presidential office, I will, in the meantime, retire to my village farm from where I will be watching Kashala Atiku and his band of wicked vote riggers and result manipulators mercilessly outrigged and beaten to pulp by Tinubu's ruthless and superior rigging machine. Then it will be bye-bye to this octogenarian presidential wannabe. It will be bye-bye to the North for preparing a religious hegemonist over a competent, well-renowned economist and corporate guru, Walatiwa. Trust me, people will leave their party and say, I'm leaving this party, I want to go to another one, the blah, the blah. But I mean, I never see a person who left a party and then went full throttle on the presidential candidate of and they were all supposed to be members of a coalition. So they were deceiving themselves. They were lying to themselves, and most possibly they are still lying to themselves. What did Peter Obi actually see that a lot of people didn't see? And when he acted, a lot of them didn't understand. And somehow it's kind of like coming back to make sense. So this whole thing in Atiku, ADC, and the coalition, here you get, it's all kind of like coming together, making sense. Now, like the plan didn't work. And right now, this is the coalition. I have a caller. Here. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun. This is Ola calling from Canada.
That is Senator Ola from Canada. How are you doing today, Baba?
I'm good. I'm let me start from this Babachi Lawal post. You know, somebody like that man, somebody like him cannot be trusted. You know, in 2023, he was with Kolu.
He bought his form. He actually bought presidential form for Tinubu.
Yeah. Thinking that his thought was that Tinubu would pick a Christian running mate.
From the north.
So that he will, from the north, so that at least so that he can be one of the few northern Christians, Tinubu, could pick from. But unfortunately for them, Tinubu disappointed them and picked Shetima. And that was the genesis of his problem with Tinubu then. Now, this time around, maybe Tinubu has reached out to him. Maybe he's getting a plan that maybe Tinubu will drop Shetima for a Christian northern CP. We don't know. But I can't trust Babachi Lawal.
Remember when he left Tinubu, he just went straight for Obi, and he supported Obi all through at the time, only for him to call Obi shifty because he won't be part of the coalition.
So people like that, they don't have any principle. We can maybe Tinubu has reached out to him, and then back to 2023 game. So I can't trust him. Then on this Ogbomosho kidnapping,
right.
Abduction. I had them talking about fencing the schools.
That's right.
Terrorists will leave fencing. Because if they fence all the schools, these terrorists can destroy the fence and take the children out of the school.
That's right.
Now, instead of them, at least all the security, instead of them to ask that they should approve arms for Amotekun, if they post 10 Amotekun to each school, if they recruit more, all these hunters, all these retired military, retired police officers, and they have into Amotekun, and they have arms that can match what the terrorists will bring. Then the schools, if they post just 5 to all schools with the weapons, with these arms on them, then it will go a long way in.
For a state like Oyo State, that they said they have over 600 secondary schools and then over 2,000 primary schools. So let's assume that 1/3 of them are, or let's even say 1/3 of them are the vulnerable ones that you want to man. With 5,000 personnel, do you know they can have all of these 5 armed officers, Amotekun, in every of those schools?
Yes, now
5.
Yeah.
With 5,000 officials.
Yes. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That all these OPC guys, all those retired police officers, retired military men, all these, they can get recruited into the Amotekun and arm them.
Yeah.
Then it will go instead of asking for fence. If they fence all the schools, once they come, the terrorists can just one dynamite can blow away the
side of the fence and take everybody
away. And take everybody away. I don't know who is thinking for these people.
Well,
so And then some people, you said something that some people are saying, maybe if the kidnapping continues, then it's either election does not hold or it will, lead to break off of Nigeria. That is the only solution to the problem. Let Nigeria divide. But my problem is, that man called Tinubu, he always, no matter how bad the situation is, Tinubu will always want to make a political gain from it.
Exactly. Political capital of it.
If millions are dying, Tinubu will always want to, those people, those dead souls those dead souls do not, Tinubu is not concerned about them. We only look for how we make a political gain. For example, if they say election should not hold, because of that, Tinubu will say, no problem, I will continue as president.
National Assembly will move a motion that it should continue.
Emotion. There's something like that.
Nigeria is something.
And then we declare,
emergency.
And then we declare something like emergency, and then it's in their constitution that the president can extend.
They will make an emergency power. They will create it. It's not in your constitution, though, but they will create it. Quick.
They will create it. Akpabio is there, and then they will know how to do things.
It's not that matter to Tinubu. It's just that he wants to wake up every day, and he is to be assured that he is still the president. You remember that joke?
That's it.
You remember that joke about Abacha? When I was growing up, right? There's this joke about Abacha and Al Mustafa. So they said Abacha will wake up and say, Al Mustafa, K, are we still in power?
Are we in power?
Are we still in power?
Yeah.
I say, good. So maybe that's the kind of mentality that Tinubu also probably has,
Tinubu has. And then if we start shouting Nigeria should break up, then Tinubu will use that one to negotiate, to use our agitation to negotiate with the North.
And say, you want them to have their breakup of Nigeria, or you want me to have my second term? Abi?
Or my second term. Then they will say, okay, it should be just one more time. Let's give it. Tinubu, that's why he always want to make a political gain from every situation. So the problem is to ask for the breakup of Nigeria, and let's face those people from within, all those Tinubu and all those people within us. Let us face them first. Let's deal with them first.
I can't believe that 3 years after Bukwari left power, a Yoruba man took power, and we are still talking about harming or training Amotekun. And why are they not harmed? Why are they not trained? You know what I mean? 3 years old.
Yes.
This is something that they will say if a Yoruba man was president, it's impossible. He would have harmed them. He would have given them everything they needed. The typical Yoruba people now, people go, they tell you, say, if Tinubu was president, all these things will not be happening to Yoruba ever. He will never open his eyes, he will never close his eyes and allow Yorubas to be, you know what I mean? Now, the same people are now telling us now that, no, Makinde is the one that should be doing what Tinubu should be doing.
So I was having a discussion with somebody from their department, the Ministry of Justice in Abuja. The man told me something that what Buhari was doing was to just keep Nnamdi Kanu in detention. Just delay, something like that. But when Tinubu came, Tinubu really wanted to jail.
He wanted to sentence him to death.
Yeah, because
they have to be like, no, that's not part of the plot. So that's why I said that whatever they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu today, it is Tinubu that is doing it, not Buhari, not Fulani, not anything. Not Buhari. Want to use as an excuse, right? It is Tinubu.
Yeah,
they wanted him sentenced to death. And they wanted to do it in a way that their proposal was that sentence him to death, and then, you know what I mean? It would now be like the Igbos should be begging for Nnamdi Kanu's life from him. So it would not be the one to be like, I'm going to give him back his life. But somehow they talked him out of it.
Yeah, because that's why you see all those Yorubas that are against Nnamdi Kanu. It's because it's not that they hate him, it's because of Tinubu. It's because of Tinubu they are talking bad about Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know the kind of juju Tinubu put in inside tea for them.
It's
because
not juju. It's just that you probably need to take a look at their parents too. They did a number on some of our older kind of like generations. Honestly speaking, I just have no idea how to describe it. You have educated people, enlightened people, defending Kalu like illiterate. You get what I mean? Like you'll be like, why are you sounding like that? Why are you sounding so stupid? Did you see the video I played earlier? Did you see that man? Who they were presenting facts.
Yeah.
And he was arguing against it. They said, your government presented this fact publicly. And he said, no, I don't know. That's who they are.
My daughter that was watching this program with me was saying, who is this old fool? She was, my 16-year-old daughter was saying, who is this old fool? Imagine look at somebody's father.
But these are educated people, but suddenly they will become stupid, illiterate, and in a way, and then you'll be wondering and say, why are you disgracing yourself? For who? For Tinubu? Like, for how much?
Imagine.
If Tinubu is not president of Nigeria today, the Yorubas will be the most, we Yorubas, okay, will probably, maybe not me, because me, you know me, I will always let people know who Tinubu is, and there are millions of us like that. Majority of the Yorubas who know Tinubu very well, okay? We speak, but I'm talking about the Yorubas that will tell you that, if it wasn't your president in Nigeria today, they will begin to remind us of how it could have been. A lot of things they told us about Abiola.
Yeah.
They said, Abiola would have been the best president Nigeria. You know what I mean? This is who they are. But the men they failed, they want somebody else to take the blame. And if you're a Yoruba person that disagree, they will say, why are the Yorubas always against their own people? Our people are dying. And they are Yorubas.
Did you see this video or this Waswande was saying people Yoruba should support Tinubu or something like that. I saw the video and I said, what rubbish? What is this one saying? Well, I'm not so. This was one thing. I'm not surprised about him. During that Abacha time, he was one of those people that went to Abuja to sing the Abacha song.
He was lucky that he didn't kiss the dust afterward. Shino Peters, Ebenezer Obey, Orlando Owo,
all of them,
K111, Pasuma, and the rest of them who went to go and collect money from Abacha then. Some of them were lucky.
Abacha that time. So we see Waswa and they praising Tinubu or something like that. And then if Tinubu loses power tomorrow, Waswa and they will be the first to wish it grand. Woman here.
Now.
So I don't know.
Once Tinubu is not president anymore, right? Then you start seeing our people again. In fact, probably that will be the time you start talking about Yoruba Nation again. You see those who supported Yoruba Nation when Buhari was in power. Today, they are enemies of Yoruba Nation. If you talk about Yoruba Nation right now, they will be one of those who would actually advise Tinubu to kill you. Ironically, is that not the irony of life?
Yes. Yeah, that's in the next few months.
Somebody sent me a video of this charlatan that is following Sunday Uru all about, right? That idiot in London, right? And then he was talking all this shit stuff about the Igbos, and I'm like, it was practically just repeating the talking point of the Ronukus. The Igbos are the ones who want to remove The Igbos are the ones who are trying to blackmail. I was like, what the heck? So the moment Tinubu is no longer there, you see all of them make a U-turn, a 360 U-turn. They will come back again and begin to say they love Yoruba land, but look at Yoruba land now, bleeding.
In the next few months, once they see that the North are determined to remove Tinubu, they will put on the gun of Yoruba Nation. They will put them coming and begin with Yoruba Nation. And then only like them will follow them.
Yeah, they will just tell them that, you know what, Oyelo activate Yoruba Nation campaign again, Jerry.
Yeah, that's why we have to be very careful with this Ogbomosho protest. Because they may want to hijack the insecurity and then turn it to Yoruba Nation and then use it to negotiate power for Tinubu again. We can't. So anybody talk about Yoruba Nation now, I will be skeptical to follow them.
They've done the damages is done already, you know. I mean, we all know what the damages they've done, especially how the whole thing went and all that, right? But Senator Ola, thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much, Gary.
You have a very good evening, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Good night. So I am going to wrap it up now so that I can go kind of like a stretch, eat something and freshen up, okay? So thank you to every one of you. As usual, I tried my best to get you to actually really like the broadcast. Like, how could I have nearly 1,000 of us and only 300 of us, like less than 300, actually like the video? That is not a vote of kind of confidence, right? So this is your reminder. The last one, like the broadcast, share it, subscribe to my channel as well, and join me another time on Maiyegun's Diary Political. Ask everyone. You would love it. Promise you. Enjoy the rest of your evening, okay? And you all have a great week this week. Labobs. Thank you.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Maiyegun Diary Political. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé.
bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀lọ́mọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.